enjoy there. Immediately, they gathered their tools and set off in search of the legendary valley. The sun was about to set when the goblins finally arrived at the very entrance of the valley, the place that gave birth to the rainbow. That night, they decided to stay in a cave nearby. Later on, finding the goblins in the cave sitting around a fire, the moon, which had just risen, warned the valley about their arrival. The news spread rapidly. The trees, the bushes, the animals, the flowers, the grasses, they all cried with fear. The rainbow goblins have come. The excited goblins begin to discuss their plans to snatch the rainbow, but some roots hanging loosely from the ceiling of the cave listened carefully while the goblins schemed below. Outside the cave, the moonshine reflected on the water. Its magical light stole into the cave, slightly illuminating the goblins who had fallen asleep. Suddenly, all of the goblins had a dream about the paradise of Rainbow Land. The goblins were awakened when it began to thunder in the distance. Knowing that the most wonderful rainbows spring from the biggest thunderstorms, they began to dance. The sight of the meadow took their breath away. The rising arc of the rainbow was so bright. Suddenly, the rainbow vanished while the goblins held their lassos in the air, and then, controlled by the flowers who had listened to a message from their roots, the goblins were caught by their own lassos.